Coming up on Shelby this week, our local police will be opening its doors and welcoming everyone to learn about their department. We'll tell you all about their upcoming event. And gas prices are on the rise. How much will it keep going up and when we can expect it to stop? And auto insurance is a must if you drive a car, but some people are getting charged more than others. We'll tell you which companies are hiking prices. All of this and much more coming up on Shelby This Week. Hello and welcome to Shelby This Week. September 11th marked 16 years since the attacks killed thousands of people in our country. To remember those who died and those who risked their lives, Shelby Township held a special ceremony to commemorate that day in 2001.
County dignitaries and township officials met up on the township grounds this past Monday to help remember those that lost their lives during 9/11.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
The first responders who keep diligent watch over our health and safety. We thank you for all those who have served in the military, past and present, as they protect the freedoms that we enjoy and value so much.
Special about today's remembrance was the unveiling of the new monument that honors those lost on December 7th, 1941, as well as those lost in the Trade Center attack on 9/11, 2001. Phil Randazzo, Purple Heart recipient and Bronze Star winner, led the charge in the monument's creation.
To put Pearl Harbor on here, December 7th of 1941, it's a day now that's fading out. It's fading out of history because the people from World War II, I wouldn't say we have maybe more than 2% left of the population from that era. And the date seems to be fading away from the public. And what I'm trying to do is keep that date alive in history because that was a very, very, very important day. Otherwise, no telling what language we would be speaking over here if our boys over here didn't give their lives. And I'm talking millions. And that's women including too, supporting them. It was a world effort over here between Europe and the United States to beat Nazism, to beat what was going on over there in Japan. And so to forget something that dynamic, you might as well forget the Ten Commandments.
And as we look at this new memorial, all these memorials on the Hill, let us always remember the victims of these attacks and the brave soldiers, police officers, and firefighters who served then and serve us today. Let this memorial also remind us that we do not need attacks on our homeland to prompt us to love and support one another.
So if you haven't got a chance to check out the new monument, I suggest you do so. It's quite powerful. Reporting for Shelby This Week, I'm Arthur Schenk.
You can watch the full ceremony on Shelby TV. Mark your calendars for the second annual Police Department Open House and Community Appreciation Day.
Nice to meet you. How old are you?
10. Meet with officers from all over Southeast Michigan, including ones from Shelby Township. There will be vehicles and equipment on site for you and your family to see. Officers will also take you behind the scenes and you can check out a holding cell. This is a family-friendly event and will be located at the Shelby Township Police Department on Van Dyke. Check it out September 23rd from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And ceremonies across the country honor the people who lost their lives on 9/11. In Lansing, the annual September 11th memorial service was held. State Representative Peter Lucido brought someone we all know to the ceremony. Shelby Township's Chief of Police, Robert Shelby, was a first responder guest at the ceremony. The Michigan House of Representatives' annual September 11th memorial service at the Capitol is held every year to remember those who serve this country and who've lost their lives doing so. Gas prices are going up. According to AAA, the average gas price for the state has increased about 16 cents in the last week. Gas prices everywhere in the United States went up because of Hurricane Harvey and the major destruction it caused to the oil refineries in Texas. The statewide average is about $2.62. That's up from the previous week's average, and it is about 32 cents more than the price it was last year at this time. AAA also predicts prices could continue to increase by 20 cents in the coming weeks. But there's also some good news. They're expected to go down by the beginning of October. All right, women, listen closely. You could be getting charged more money than men on your car insurance. According to a new study done by the Coalition Protecting Auto No Fault, Esurance and Progressive charge women more in car insurance than they do men in Michigan. A California insurance researcher conducted the survey to check out rates in both Detroit and Brighton. He gathered 100 premium insurance quotes, and in his findings, he said Progressive charges 38% more and Esurance charges 33% more. Michigan drivers already pay a substantial amount in insurance compared to other states across the U.S. Some lawmakers in Lansing hope this policy will soon change. With several warehouses across the world, this United States-based company is rated #1. With a net worth of close to $75 million and over 200,000 employees, Costco was ranked #1 as America's best employer. Forbes magazine, along with Statista, worked to compile the list. Statista surveyed 30,000 American workers to gather opinions on what they thought of the company they work for. The question researcher firm used to help develop the list was how likely they were to recommend their organization to friends and family. One of Costco's perks, which helped it reach #1, is the health insurance, which is offered to employees, including those who work part-time. The membership warehouse offers everything from clothing to cake and to tires. Most of the items come in bulk. And rounding out the top 3 on the list include Google at #2 and REI at #3. Still ahead, high school soccer is underway, and we'll tell you what you can expect from this year's Eisenhower season. And one local restaurant is bringing New York-style street food to Shelby Township. Doors aren't open yet, but we'll tell you what you can expect. Stay with us on Shelby This Week.
Hi, I'm Matt Signorello, Lieutenant Inspector with the Shelby Township Fire Prevention Division. I'm here today to discuss escape planning. When it comes to escape planning, it's always wise to plan ahead. If a fire breaks out in your home, you may only have a few seconds to get out safely. Make sure everyone in the home knows where to go. First, make a home escape plan. It can be as simple as a family conversation. Always know at least 2 ways to get out of a room. Teach your children to escape on their own and to practice fire drills as a group. It is a good idea to keep doors closed, especially at night and especially with children. When it comes time to get out of your home, designate a meeting place, typically at the end of the driveway near a mailbox or a tree. If the alarm sounds, get out and stay out. Never go back in for anything. That's what the fire department is for. If the conditions are smoky, get low and go. Call the fire department as soon as you get outside. Implement your plan today and stay safe.
Every year, 40% of all food in the U.S. never gets eaten.
40%. That's almost half the food we produce.
Food waste is a serious problem. It impacts all of us.
And it's expensive. Your family is throwing $1,500 a year in the trash.
We're working hard to put food waste on the chopping block.
And you can do the same at home.
Learn how to cook it, store it, and share it.
Just don't waste it.
Go to SaveTheFood.com.
A local organization is hosting a 5K run to support and encourage adults who want to attend camp. But this camp is a little bit different.
Cassie was a junior at Eisenhower High School when she was diagnosed with stage 4 kidney cancer. At that time, now going back 10 years, there wasn't a whole lot of information available to young adults who were experiencing this. So we essentially kind of watched her put together some work.
And to continue Cassie's work, Chris Hines and his family started the Cassie Hines Shoe Foundation.
A young adult that's diagnosed with cancer between the ages of 16 and 30, we want to absolutely make sure they get an information bag which shows them all the things that they get to do, as we like to call them, rather than what they have to do because of their treatment.
They deliver these information bags to hospitals, but in order to pay for the bags, the foundation hosts an annual 5K run.
It's our 6th annual run. We just moved it from Stony Creek down to the new Jimmy John Stadium. We're going to be running from the field itself up into Riverbends Park, so it combines Utica and Shelby together. And then they will finish actually running across behind home plate. Main thing is that funds between the information bags and then the travel, because we pay for the travel for all these young adults to go to these different camps in Hawaii, North Carolina, Montana, wherever it might be in California, Colorado. So we pay for those. Plus then we also obviously maintain our website, which is really the brick and mortar of our business, because let's face it, young adults love social media, and that's where they're finding us, is through the Twitter, the Instagram, the Facebook. That's really where they're really connecting with us. Part of the challenge of losing a child is you get to watch everybody else go on with their life, their families grow, and you're excited for them genuinely. But you're kind of sad for yourself, because that person's, in one sense, she's lucky, she's 21 forever. But this gives us the ability, the means to be able to not only keep her name out in, as alive, but it's what she would want. It's the thing that she was hoping to do before she passed away, because she never believed she was going to die. So that's really, I think, the biggest part of it. We just love the fact that we can help people and also keep her name out there.
If you'd like to donate to the cause or find out more information, visit CassieHinesShoesCancer.org. Along with football season, we now have high school soccer hitting the field. Our Robert Gambrell has more on this game.
The sound of a ball being kicked, everyone screaming and yelling as their home team inches closer and closer to scoring a goal. I'm here at Swinehart Field, where the Eisenhower Eagles are taking on the Stevenson Titans. Eisenhower is not only excited about the game tonight, but they're excited about what the future holds for the rest of their team.
We're very excited. We got a few new players new to the program that are on our varsity team for the first year. Figure out a team chemistry, see who plays well together, and get things rolling for sure.
I'm excited. We have a team filled with chemistry, and it'll be a good year. We play well as a team. I try and motivate everybody, especially the underclassmen, because the seniors, they know what they have to do. They're expected to step up. And so it's good to get the underclassmen going and carry on the tradition.
Corner kick by number 20, Luis Coletti. Header assist by Captain Ryan. Saved by number 0, Alberto De La Torre. Penalty kick by number 10, Robbie Resnick for Stevenson. And the kick goes over the crossbar. Second half, number 22, Mitchell Aliyah. To number 14, Noah Modena. Second half, number 14, Noah Modena for the goal, and Alberto De La Torre. Corner kick by number 15. Saved by the goalie. Penalty kick by number 16, Alan Setkovic. Saved by the goalie again. The kick by number 16, punched by the goalie. Back to 14, and deflected by the goalie once again, Alberto De La Torre. Corner kick. Header by number 11, goes off the crossbar. 22, Mitchell Aliyah. Pass to number 11, Ryan, attempted to score. Last few seconds, Stevenson corner. Header by number 6, goes over the goal. Ends the game. Tie game. Even though no one scored in this game, the Eisenhower Eagles put up a good fight. There is still a lot of work to be done, but the main focus is team chemistry and playing the game that they all love. For Shelby This Week, I'm Robert Gambrell.
Amazon is turning into more than just an online retailer. They plan on bringing their businesses to several Kohl's stores within the next month. Amazon plans to make Kindles, Echoes, and Fire tablets available at 10 stores. Customers can also request a tech representative from the store to come out to their house to solve any issues with their Amazon equipment. The sections at Kohl's stores will be staffed by Amazon employees, but don't rush out to your nearest Kohl's just yet. Amazon said it plans to start off in Chicago and Los Angeles. And Amazon continues to grow and build. Last month, they purchased Whole Foods for just under $14 billion. They're also talking about expanding and building a second North American headquarters, which will bring 50,000 jobs to the chosen city. The announcement comes at a time when department stores are struggling to keep their doors open because of a decline in in-store shoppers. Just last month, Sears decided it would close more Kmart stores across the U.S. And last week, Gap announced the closure of 200 stores. A new business right here in Shelby Township will bring a new concept of food to the area. Gyros Grill is located in the strip mall at 22 Mile and Van Dyke. The family-owned business brings a new flair to the area.
Gyros Grill is kind of our take on that New York City-style street food scene that's kind of exploding over there right now. We serve gyro, chicken, we have the real gyro on the spit, and we have rice bowls, gyro wraps, chicken shawarmas. So it's kind of like Greek, Middle Eastern fusion, and that's our take on that. Greek food and Middle Eastern food, they share a lot of common ingredients, they share a lot of common dishes. So it wasn't really hard for us to say, you know, we're gonna do a Greek and Middle Eastern fusion restaurant, because a lot of the stuff that Greeks have, Middle Easterns have, and vice versa. So it really was kind of a no-brainer for us. We were looking at a lot of different locations actually, and we finally decided on Shelby Township just because it was, you know, the people were so great here. We have a lot of friends in the area, and so we ultimately decided on Shelby Township because it's just such a lively community. We thought it would be perfect for our family.
Gyros Grill is looking for hard-working individuals to apply to work at the restaurant. If you're interested in applying, you can private message them on their Facebook page at facebook.com/GyrosGrill. Coming up next on Shelby This Week, Friday nights aren't complete without a little high school football. And the Burgess Shadbush Nature Center engaged children of all ages at their annual Sportsman, Skill, and Deer Day. We'll tell you what the kids learned during the Saturday event.
They told me a bottle couldn't dream. That I would never become a superhero. But I learned how to fly. Just to come back in a new disguise. And be the hero that I've always wanted to be.
Here's your check. Oh, you got it. You know, since I got rid of my car, I really enjoy walking.
Okay. Got it. Nope.
Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates.
Oh, you're home early. You live with your mom?
That'll set your game back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Our high school football teams hit the field again and took on their opponents for week 3. We have your game highlights.
Eisenhower in Roseville. Caleb Oyster cutting and slashing his way down to the 35-yard line of Roseville. Jack Morris into the end zone, 7-0. Waning moments of the first, Max Whitwer. Long pass to Assad Buhaidar. Second quarter, Whitwer diving for the end zone for another 6 points. Later on in the second, the Eagles extend their lead. Whitwer. A bomb to Jack Morris, and nobody's there. crushing hit right here by Alex Schmidt. And Whitworth gets his second touchdown to bring us to our halftime score, 28-0. Eisenhower leads. Some nice moves here by Jack Morris. Evading defenders, reversing field. Finally brought down at the 16 of Roseville. From 1 yard out, Caleb Oyster. 35-0 Ike. Jack Morrison at quarterback bombs it. Right to the outstretched hands of Hassan Buhaidar. And he's gone. Bring us to our final score. Eisenhower Eagles 42, Roseville Panthers 0.
Runkle Field in Sterling Heights is the site for Week 3 MAC White football action as the Henry Ford II Falcons take on your Utica Chieftains. The Falcons would get the offense going in the first quarter as quarterback Noah Heide connects with his brother, tight end Luke Heide, for a big game. The Falcons would cap off the drive as running back Gazman Dehanage takes the handoff and finds pay dirt as the Falcons take an early 7-0 lead. Leonard Kasem would try to get the offense moving for the Chieftains as he takes the handoff, gets to the outside, cuts upfield, and gets all the way down into Falcons territory. The Chieftains would tie the game up at 7 as a healthy dose of Leonard Kasem ends with a Chieftains touchdown. Now in the second quarter, quarterback Darren Pogasic finds Reed Boniface wide open, and Boniface takes it all the way down into Falcons territory. And the Chieftains would take their first lead of the game as Leonard Kasem goes virtually untouched on his way to his second touchdown of the game. And the Chieftains would take a 14-10 lead into the halftime break. Now in the third quarter, as Heide throws a deep pass on a rope to Jalen Thomas. And Thomas takes it in for 6, putting the Falcons up 17-14. And now in the fourth quarter, Kasem would be rewarded as he caps off another Chieftains drive, scoring his third touchdown of the game as he puts the Chieftains on top 21-20 halfway through the fourth quarter. And Kasem would finish off another drive, putting up an eye-popping 250 yards and 4 rushing touchdowns. And the 2-point conversion is no good as the Chieftains take a 27-23 lead with under 2 minutes to play. And Heide would look to his brother Luke one last time for the win. But Luke is stripped near the goal line, and the Chieftains would recover, all but sealing a 27-23 victory.
Shelby TV always has you covered this football season with the highlights from the game. Be sure to tune in to catch up on what you missed. The beautiful weekend brought out kids and their families to the Burgess Shadbush Nature Center. They hosted their annual Sportsman Skills and Deer Day. Kids learned about many outdoor sporting activities and even about deer. Andrew Shelsky has more.
This past weekend, the Burgess Shadbush Nature Center was the host of the annual Outdoor Skills and Deer Day.
So we'll be talking about deer and deer management, and then we will have an orienteering course, which basically we will teach people how to use a compass and have them go out and walk a course that we've put together and get to experience that. We'll have BB guns and bow shooting over by our pavilion and gardens, and then we'll also have our Dutch oven group here. They'll be cooking for us and showing people how to use a Dutch oven, so it's basically a big cast iron pot and cooking over an open flame. So it should be a pretty good all-around fill your stomach kind of event.
One of the highlights of the day was the informal talk about deer in our area and how they affect us and the environment.
the deer are a huge part of our environment in Michigan. Everyone's talking about, you know, the deer eating your flower beds or hunting deer season, and, you know, the deer are everywhere. So that in particular, there's a lot of misconceptions about white-tailed deer in Michigan, so it's kind of you get to come and ask some questions and learn a little bit more about some of these animals that we see all the time but don't necessarily know a lot about. And then, you know, the rest of it, it's a really fun way to get to use some skills that basically we don't use anymore. I mean, not very many kids know how to use a compass at this point in their lives. They've got phones, they've got, you know, GPSs, they've got all sorts of stuff, so it gives people a nice reason to be outside, enjoy the day. It's beautiful weather today, so I mean, it's good to get out and connect with nature for the day.
It seemed like everyone flocked over to the archery and BB gun range to get their shot at a bullseye.
So a lot of it is going to be focused on safety. So we actually have some Boy Scouts that are going to be here filling some merit badge requirements with the program. So we'll be teaching BB gun and archery safety first and foremost, and then actually teaching them how to fire both the BB gun and bows. And so those two events will alternate throughout the day, BB guns, then bows, so that we only have one going at a time, because we can't have people, you know, grabbing arrows while we're shooting BB guns. It wouldn't be safe. But it's basically just kind of a fun skill that, you know, everyone sees. You see, like, you know, Lord of the Rings movies where people are shooting bows, and it's a really cool skill that, you know, not many people have a chance to ever learn, so we'd love to give them that experience.
At the end of the day, kids of all ages had a great time enjoying these camp-style outdoor activities. For Shelby This Week, I'm Andrew Shelsky.
You can always find out more about the fun activities the Nature Center has by checking out their Facebook page. Just search Burgess Shadbush Nature Center or find them online at ShelbyTWP.org. And that's it for us here at Shelby This Week. Watch us all the time on our Facebook page. Search Shelby TV. That's where you'll find updates and more information on all of these stories. We'll now leave you with more scenes from Patriots Day here in Shelby Township. Thanks for watching.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the